What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shock and the United States Hedgehog with our TBL Week 4 Team Builder. We are going up against the Chicago Sky Attacks and Quincy Adams. I had to think there and remind myself a little bit. This is a very interesting matchup for us here because this was, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Before we get into the Team Builder, leave a like if you haven't already, subscribe if you're new, join the Phil Shocker crew today because you'll be for the weekend the crew. Should be king for the myth, the king of the crew. So with that being said, let me talk more about this matchup. This matchup's interesting because I feel like I have matchup wise, but here's the problem. I don't know what six. I think I know what 3 to 4 mons I definitely want to bring to this matchup. But then here's the problem. I don't know what my last 3 are, and I really struggled for this team. I'm not lying when I say that. I really, excuse me, really struggled to build this team. But I think I built a great team. This is a bit of a tough matchup because of just how I want to prep and how I want to bring certain things to this match. So it's really just hard on me personally just to really figure out what I want to bring. And if I lose, at least I kind of know some ideas if I have to rematch this team in playoffs. And we are going to try to go for the undefeated streak, obviously, because we are currently 3-0, if you guys didn't catch off last week. But let's go over my opponent's team. So Quincy's team consists of Victini, Cloister, Linoon, Halucha, Marowak, Bisharp, Zerkatry, Aromatisse, Decidueye, and Butterfree. So if you look at my opponent's draft, where is his fire type switch in? Absolutely nowhere. So this is really good because most times fire types they check fire types, right? They bring them in, but here's the little cherry on top of things. My fire type's also a water type, so Victini cannot come in freely on me. So there's that. Victini does not do anything against me, which is really cool. But yeah. So looking at my opponent's draft, though, I don't think he's bringing Butterfree and Decidueye. I think those two are the only two on his team that just have a very terrible matchup and just cannot come. Aromatisse does have some possibility to show up. There is that. Excuse me. So definitely something to note with that. I also do not so I could see it come though, that's the thing. And Zerkatry actually has a possibility. It's just going to be whether he can definitely bait that I'm not going to bring Nidoqueen, because Nidoqueen just walls. The Nidos always wall the main electrics in the format, so excuse me. So definitely something to note there, but it could be brought if he knows I'm gonna be pulling the card there. So definitely gotta be careful about that. But looking at the main 6, I'm more so looking at him bringing. I definitely think Victini's matchup is very good with me. It is forced to be Scarf Victini. Otherwise, if it's not Scarf Victini, it has to be between Culver or Kasib, to where he thinks his better options lie. So, excuse me. There's that. Cloister, I'm scared of Cloister. Now, here's the thing with Cloister. It either has to be Jolly Max Speed, or he's going to go the Adamant Max Speed route, or whatever speed investment type of thing ever like that. But here's the thing he has to realize. If he goes Jolly Max Speed, both my Volcanion and something else on my team, or in that case, Volcanion plus Serena, actually beat it, because if he just goes for standard 5 hits, I actually live with my Volcanion. If he goes for the attack straight off into me, he can't really beat me. So yeah, but Cloister still a massive threat. Linoon, another massive threat. But Lightnoon may possibly not be coming, so that's where I'm kind of seeing why Zerkatry could definitely be coming. But Lightnoon, massive, massive belly drum threat. If he can get a clean belly drum off without really losing HP, besides from the belly drum, he actually could just straight up win because he just needs extreme speed, belly drum, shadow fall, and then whatever coverage move he wants. Because otherwise, I can't beat him. Excuse me. It's really late in the morning, as you can see. I actually have to leave for work in like less than about 9.5 hours. So I need to try to get sleep. But Lanoon, massive threat. Halucha, another relatively massive threat. I win a lot of different routes with this team being words to counter. Because you look at my team, I lose to Halucha, hands down. And I think my opponents definitely be very wary of that. So that's definitely something to take a factor in. I'm actually expecting him to bring Marowak. I know that sounds like a really, really, really weird thing to suggest or think that he would bring against me. But hear me out on why I say that. I say that because, like, let's think about this matchup, right? When you think about this matchup, like, Marowak is, because you look at his match versus Luxray, look at his team, and look at Guts Luxray. What stops me? Tell me what stops me on his team. So I think he's kind of forced to bring Marowak. And last but not least is Bisharp. Bisharp, I feel like is a must-need Pokemon because it's only real best to try to beat Aegislash. But if he does not bring the Bisharp, like if he doesn't bring Linoon, Marowak, or Bisharp and ends up bringing Zergatry plus Wims or Matisse, it's actually better for me in some way. But I don't know. Excuse me, God. But yeah. Anyways, I really think the top six is what we're expecting. I could either see again, definitely Zergache game potentially switched in there potentially, and then maybe a Romatese. Romatese would be kind of 50-50 if he brought that, because a I have two amazing answers for Romatese, so I don't know. So again, it's up in the air. It's up in the air. Yeah, but that's the squad. Let's go ahead and break down the team I am bringing for this week. We're going to kick it off here with Lame, the Volcanion, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I went through so many ideas with this set, so many strategies with this set, and ultimately, I went with a set oh, that I think could work. Actually, just let me double check this, actually. Halucha, level 50. And then Volcanion, 192. Did I calc for this? I hope I did. 192 at plus 1, level 50. Okay, I did. So with the flame charge speed up here, I'm faster than everything I've seen. Victini, like I said, is something I expect to be scarfed. If Victini's not scarfed, he can't beat me. And I'm very tempted to switch this to a Berry, just because Charcoal actually helps kind of gain some information here. But what I like about, even though Steam Eruption pretty much helps this with the kill, what I like about Wakandberry is that if he does bring Zergatry, Zergatry is actually checked by this, then I can beat Zergatry if it's Scarf. So there's that. Oh, God. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. We are going to run Max Modest. I was thinking of going either Max Modest with Scarf, potentially, or I was thinking of going Specs. And this was a very tough set to figure out, but I think Volcanion is going to be extremely good this matchup. I think Volcanion puts on a lot of offensive pressure in this game. And with Speed Boost, and we do have Sludge Wave there just to kind of check the Aromatisse. I would rather have something that can help check Aromatisse and then help bring in something to bait in and then just go for um, strengths or steam eruptions and stuff like that. So something to really kind of point out there. But I was kind of debating on running another fire type move. I was thinking of running like Scorching Sands, but I don't know. That's the set we decided to go with here, and I really think it's going to be really, really good. I might change a little combo last second. I haven't done the team yet. Now this was a set I went back and forth with so many times as well. Like a lot of these sets I went with back and forth like continuously. Volcanion, not actually that much. But Archeops, definitely a lot. I was thinking like Agility 3 attack sets. I was thinking maybe Agility Meteor Beam again. This and this. But the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I'm thinking, okay, he's literally going to pack Sucker Punch on Bisharp when he brings it. And that literally just puts me right into Defeatist range, regardless if he's got like Black Glasses or Choice Band or anything like that. So the way I was thinking about it is like, wait, let's use this thing to kind of be utility, pivot, but still be offensive in some way. So I thought to myself, you know what, let's bring Stealth Rocks. Look at his hazard removal on his team. He really doesn't have anything besides Defog, Heavy Duty Boots with Butterfree, Defog with the Decidueye, which both of those bullets don't want to be forced into that role. Excuse me. So definitely something to point out there. But Archeops outspeeds everything on his team except for anything else that is scarfed, that besides the Victini. But basically, this guarantees me speed control in this matchup. Basically, if I have this in against Victini, I either click U-turn to pivot out, or I click Stealth Rocks as he brings in, let's say, something. And getting rocks up would be really, really good. So this could be potentially my lead for the matchup, just to get rocks up. So definitely something I wanted to factor into this. But again, Archeops I think can potentially break and hopefully be another MVP like it was last week. We're bringing back Aegislash this week, and I really did not know what to do with this Aegislash set, dude. I was beyond just not stressed, but beyond just what the God's green earth do I do here? So the more I was going between Iron Defense weakness policy, I was going between Swords Dance and offensive. I was going with Swords Dance and Colbur, Swords Dance and Spell Tag. Like I was thinking about what do I do to make Aegislash dummy busted? But when I think about it is that, you know what? Let's make Aegislash just bulky offensive. So we have Subs, Brick Break, Flash Cannon, and Shadow Sneak. Brick Break is on there just because, for one, I don't have to worry about close combating giving me damage out there. And two, we're going with Brick Break. If he has a potential screen setters, I can break screens, which is really good, and still kills the Bisharp from full unless it's Chocolate Berry, which again is something that could be a possibility if I'm not careful. So definitely something I have to keep under wraps there. Flash Cannon is actually, with Flash Cannon into Sneak, actually will kill the Cloyster. Cloyster is forced to run a Water type move if he has to, so he has to run literally 3 attacks, like Water, Ice, Rock. He can't run Priority. He has to go with offense against me in order to just do anything, so that's something that's really going to be important. Max HP, max attack, for defense, obviously, just kind of like a bulky offensive mon. So I think Aegislash can put in some good work here. Hoping I mean, if I lose again, I can go back and do some more experimentations and stuff like that, but I'm hoping not to lose. And with the minus speed nature, I actually still outspeed 0 speed invested Marowak, so that's going to be something I'm very important to know as well. Picking off, we have one of the a little bit low tier MVPs for the team as well. We have Lapras here with the Chople Berry. I decided to go Chople Berry just because if, like, you think about it realistically, if he gets a free switch in here, what is his best option to go into? It would obviously be the Halucha. Halucha, if it's wider, close combats me, kills me, gets the boost, and then goes from there. But what I decided to do is kind of go a little bit different with this set. We are Surf, Freeze Dry, Thunderbolt, and Body Press. Obviously, if the Victini has been hitting V creates and Victini kills something, I drop in Lapras, and Lapras is free to click any one move I really, really want, and that main move would be Surf. Like, Surf on this thing is super, super good. What's also really good about this mon is that if for some reason he drops in Cloister, Surf into Freeze Dry, or Surf into Thunderbolt, guarantees me a KO. He cannot KO me at full with Rock Blast before Shell Mass boosting, so that's really good to know there. And I do have Body Press on there. Really, it's just the way to kill the Bisharp because again, it basically dies. But again, there is a good strong chance that we actually are probably going to see a Chople Berry on Bisharp. Life Orb could make some sense. Choice Bandit could make some sense. Black Glasses could make some sense. And also, if I don't see Bisharp, Bisharp is. I mean, you look at my team, Bisharp kind of invites it, kind of doesn't. So there's that. But we are actually running max special attack and max speed. I've been running more of a physical Lapras, so I'm going to hopefully catch Quincy off guard with special Lapras. And we are actually running this speed for actually a very specific reason. If he's going to go ahead and go to the adamant route with his Cloister, with actually Timid with the speed creeping we're doing, we actually will outspeed max speed adamant Cloister. That is max speed, so by 1 point. So that's very important to know right there. So I think Lapras can be able to do some work in this game. Up next we have Black Doa, aka my Hydreigon, and I went back and forth so hard on this set. There were so many ideas, there were so many outcomes, and the more and more I kept thinking what to do, the more and more I'm just like, what in God's green earth do I do? And it then all kind of came to me on what I kind of had to do in terms of what I needed to do. And that, and I was really looking at the idea of this after what we used in the PBAL. Well, you guys never saw that, but the PBAL. Obviously, I used Tailwind with Whimsicott, and I actually was going to make that work until I was an idiot and choked. But I think we give Tailwind another shot here because I think Tailwind Hydreigon literally shreds. Getting a double speed boost with this speed investment. First off, I'm outspeeding his base 70s and below, which is all he really has for speed tiers, not counting his base 100s and his 118, which I'm not going to worry about. We are going to go and hit like a mad run. Now, I really, really debated on this set for the longest time because I did kind of had a kind of yeah, I did kind of want to have Draco Meteor on this set because to instant kill Halucha, and it really kind of just helps instant killing the Linoon. But then I was thinking White Herb sets, and for some reason, even with max special attack Modest, we don't kill a freaking Victini. I don't know why the game is lying to me with this, and then I don't want to risk Victini being mixed or full special and killing me with a Dazzling Gleam. So there was a lot that was running through my mind in what sets I wanted. I was even thinking like Tailwind, Nasty Plot, Dual Stab, which actually kind of does a lot of work, but then runs into a little bit of issue here and there while trying to set up with Tailwind plus the Nasty Plot. So with that, so I just couldn't do it. So I ultimately went with the kind of the original idea and decided to go Tailwind for this team. So we were going Tailwind 3 attacks with Dark Pulse, Earth Power, and Dragon Pulse, 124 in HP, max special attack, modest nature, and 132 speed. Like I said, the speed outspeed lets me help outspeed his base 70s and below, which is very important. And with the Tailwind up, I'm outspeeding everything else on his team, and then you can basically start shredding. So basically, I can't really allow the Halucha in for free. If I go ahead and go for Tailwind as Halucha comes in, I'm immediately switching in and I'm dropping to my Aegislash. Because Aegislash, even though it's minus speed nature, and it does not have, the greatest speed stat, it gets that boost and gives me a thing to switch in. And what it also does, it lets me get a free substitute up against anything I really want to face. And then I get to fire off an attack. I get to fire off, Shadow Sneaks, which can do a lot of damage to my opponent, and then stay behind a substitute, and then again go for Shadow Sneaks again. I was thinking of that. I could also think bringing things like my Archeops potentially, my Volcanion when it can take the hits and everything like that. So Tailwind I think was just a nice little niche move to add on to the team. And last but not least, where I originally had Luxray on this team, with a kind of cool heat tech set with Agility, Magnet Rise, Facade, and Wild Charge. So in theory, both dual stab with an agility set with Magnet Rise. But the more I felt like it, it's just a wasted move slot, and Luxray can still relatively get 2 KO'd by other moves that Marowak has, like a check. So definitely something there, because like otherwise it would have been Magnet Rise, probably basically dual stab, and then maybe a coverage move, maybe, I don't know. So I ultimately, and I really looked at this matchup. What stops Tauros? Like legitimately, what stops this Tauros from sweeping? Now, I'm taking a bit of a risk because I originally did not want Chople Berry on my Lapras. I wanted Extra Belt or Choice Specs on my Lapras. But I'm actually going Life Orb again with Tauros and definitely taking full advantage of Sheer Force Life Orb. So this set was an idea I thought of, and then I just went back on it. I once branded Banded, and then I went back to this. So I ultimately settled for Work Up Tauros with Thunderbolt, Body Slam, and Rock Smash. Now you might be asking yourself, why on earth am I running Rock Smash? Well, I'm going to show you a very specific calc here against a Bisharp here with Rock Smash. We do 92 to 102%. With a +1 is a guarantee OHKO. Now, yes, Rock Smash does lower the defense, but with having, and I'm making sure of it, Sheer Force, we actually don't lower his defense. And it just gives us a cheap move that can just kill off the thing. Because other than that, what stops me from clicking a normal type attack against this team? I'm waiting to hear your response. And yeah. So Tauros, again, if Victini's not Scarf, that actually makes Tauros such a massive threat because that +1 body slam from Tauros, I'm pretty sure is doing the absolute work against Victini. Yeah, with Victini getting chipped, we do 80 to 95. So basically, if I'm feeling like Victini's not that big of an like, I need Victini chipped and let things go down, it's fine. But if Victini, tries to go for blue, if it's special Tini, that's actually a little bit problematic for my team. If it's physical, like it's standard or it's mixed. If it's mixed, it's okay. It can manage. If it's physical, I think I manage better. If it's special, I don't really manage at all. So definitely sticking it out there. But Tauros is going to be really great. And we do have a very special speed creep here. We are running 171 speed. Now, that speed lets me outspeed Adamant Max Speed Holocha. If he's jolly and he's running max speed or whatever reason he is, which I don't think he is, I basically do not outspeed. But with the workup, Body Slam actually will guarantee the OHKO on the Hulucha, which will basically nullify Hulucha from being a threat. And if you're wondering why I have Thunderbolt, workup with +1 minus special attack actually KOs Cloyster unless Cloyster is Focus Sash, which, if he's Focus Sash, I don't understand why, but it'll make sense to me if I re-see his thought process. But sorry again for the team builder being long. Again, I just want to go into a little bit more detail of how hard this was to me to prep for. But that's going to be the squad. I feel pretty good with this build. I think it could be a little bit better. I really, really want to have Sylveon, but that Victini's right there. Oh, and then there's obviously all the major threats and everything like that. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Join the Fish Shocker crew today because you'll be friendly with the king of the crew. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. And until next time, everybody, peace.